Hello CFA, my name is Maddie Peck and I'm a reporter with CHTV. Most of you are introduced to the idea of STEM in your science or math classes. While those are essential, there are a plethora of training and educational opportunities that prepare you for a career in STEM. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average wage for a STEM career is about $89,000, which is doubled the average of most non-STEM careers. STEM, or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is a wide field that varies from forensic science to cybersecurity. People often find that science classes are their favorite subject, and for good reason. Science classes introduce you to the ideas of asking questions and solving problems yourself, which is very important in the STEM field.
Typical day in my class is a lot of fun, excitement. We do a lot of labs. Usually we do about one lab a week. So it can be anywhere from, if we're talking about chemistry, fire, blowing things up, doing some math along with learning about chemicals, and then we enter into the physics realm, and we could be running cars down the hallway, chasing them, trying to graph position versus time graphs. Then we have the acceleration carts, which that goes even faster. We talk about linearization. We have flying pigs. We do marble launchers. So there's a variety of things that we do in AP Physics, along with math and graphing. The job fields are endless. I love the fact that in the summer times, I will actually work in the industry. I've worked several places in my teaching career. I worked at Entergy, I worked at medical clinics, I have worked at Central Arkansas Water. This last summer I worked at L'Oreal. I try to do things in the summer that are going to make my curriculum relevant. So now I come back to the classroom, I will write a lab and I'll try to do something in my classroom that brings the real world to my students.
Studies have shown that employment in STEM careers has grown 79% since 1990. CHS offers 13 career tech programs, along with several pre-AP and AP classes that dabble in STEM.
I would say the satisfaction of knowing that it's fixed, whatever we're working on, rather it's rewiring, repairing a Chromebook, making the audio sound working. Is you know that once it's working, then your teacher or whoever the employee is happy and they're able to continue on with their job. The school district's really gotten heavy into the STEM program, and there's so much that's offered nowadays that can get the kids involved with STEM and technology. I also coach the esports team, so that would kind of fall on the technology side of it with game software and everything. They have a robotics class. I wish I had robotics, but back in the days I was taking typing on a typewriter, so we really didn't have that kind of a technology. So it really shows over the years how it's just technology's evolved, and there's so many opportunities out there for the kids nowadays to get into and further their career and their knowledge.
IT and engineering both have to solve problems in different ways. Whether it's figuring out an issue with a Chromebook or dealing with mass production for companies, the STEM principles are still the same.
Well, for the uninitiated, I actually think industrial engineering, the name is a bit of a misnomer. I think that it should be called industry engineering, because when you hear industrial, you think big machines, whatever. Industrial engineering, industry engineering is data science. It's just data science. I'm going to be the one who's hired out to be near the top of projects, and I'm going to be asked how to make operations more efficient. That's pretty much my entire job. It's not a big engineering field, but it's one of the most diverse ones, arguably the most diverse one. You can work anywhere as an industrial engineer because there are things that can be made more efficient everywhere. You often see them in finance and other such things. But yeah, if you see industrial engineering, think industry or think data science. I wish I could talk about my journey to figure out what field of engineering I wanted to go into in the first place, because I think people have this idea that you need to have it all figured out by the time you graduate high school, and that's just not true. I knew that I approximately wanted to go into engineering, something math related, by the time I graduated high school. I knew I wanted to go to college, but I didn't know what engineering field I would be in until the end of my freshman year of college. That's totally fine. When you get to college even, you might have more resources more access to different fields of engineering, more people to talk to, more information in general about the fields of engineering you might be interested in.
None of these subjects would be possible without math. Since it first appeared in 1800 BCE, math has been a staple in our society. Everyone has had to take a math class at some point, and it is the foundation of everything we do.
Why is math important? Mathematics is the language of science. Webster calls it the science of numbers. Numbers govern every physical aspect of our universe, and mathematics helps us understand those numbers. Mathematics is important because it provides logical reasoning. It's a math is a closed logical system, and we can operate with certain rules, and we always get the same result. And mathematics is universal between nations. You put someone from a foreign country in this country, they may not be able to speak English, but they can speak math. And the symbols are almost universal, and so are the answers, and so are the ideas. So math is the one thing that unites all of us as humans. Math is not subject to interpretation. It's right or wrong. You can do it incorrectly. Well, it's just incorrect. It's not based on how I feel. It's based on rules of logic, which I really appreciate. Mathematics, I think it's a way of thinking that allows me to not just crunch numbers, but also to be a little creative. Mathematics is all linked together. Algebra and geometry come together, and they make trigonometry, and that develops into calculus, and it all builds on each other. I love the way that math just leads from one to another, but in the end, it's right and wrong. I love math because there's a finality to it. I guess everyone's life is different, so how one person uses math will be different than how another person uses math. But in general, we all have to balance our checkbooks. We all have to drive in a car. We are all trying to calculate how fast we have to drive to get to a certain spot. So mathematics can be used to make our lives easier, or sometimes we can use math to break the law, like we can speed in the car. Mathematics is used for, more advanced people use it to make predictions, so they know maybe how many employees to have on staff for certain holidays, based on number of sales that they've seen in the past. Mathematics is used by engineers to build bridges and to design interstate systems, which we all say we use every day. Your cell phone is based on towers. GPS is based on satellites that would not be in existence if it weren't for our understanding of gravity, and that understanding comes through the mathematics used in physics. So maybe you don't use the math, let's say, every day in your life, but you are using something that was designed because of mathematics. So to say it's not important, you're never going to use it, you use math every day. You don't do math every day, but you use math every day.
There are roughly 8.6 million STEM careers in the U.S. alone, and the need for advancements in technology are pushing these numbers even higher. Whether you want to be a teacher, a coder, or a rocket scientist, STEM is the way to go. Thank you, CFA. I'm reporter Maddie Peck.